Hello everybody! So I decided that today is as good as any to give you a tour of my TBR shelf, so I will take you over there and let's get started. So my TBR shelf is organized by color rather than genre like the rest of my books because I kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit, and I didn't want everything to be specifically by genre because then I would probably honestly read fantasy all the time and ignore the other sections because I'm trying to expand my boundaries. So let me just move these knickknacks off the top shelf and then we will start with my red shelf. Daughter of Deceit by Victoria Holt, Tess of D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne, Goddess of Legend by P.C. Cast, Never Fall Down by Patricia McCormick, The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stayfader, The Infects by Sean Boudon, 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, The Fury by Alexander Gordon Smith, Insomnia by Stephen King, Intensity by Dean Koontz, Mr. Murder by Dean Koontz, The Iron Queen by Julie Kagawa, Pirate Latitudes by Michael Crichton, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, Lux by Anna Godberson, Airframe by Michael Crichton, Life of Pi by Jan Martel, and Watership Down by Richard Adams. The Milk of Birds by Sylvia Whitman, Moretta, Dragon Lady of Pern by Anne McCaffrey, Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon, The Help by Catherine Stockett, Welcome to the Monkey House by Kurt Vonnegut, This Alien Shore by C.S. Friedman, A Case of Need by Michael Crichton, The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, Obsidian Butterfly by Laurel K. Hamilton, Soul Survivor by Dean Koontz, The Pact by Jodi Picoult, Shonda's Wars by Alan Stratton, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, The Last of the Mohicans by James Fenimore Cooper, Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult, Sphere by Michael Crichton, and The Pool of St. Brannock by Philippa Carr, Midsummer's Eve by Philippa Carr, Columbella by Phyllis A. Whitney, The Princess Bride by William Goldman, Voyager by Diana Gabaldon, Bamboo People by Matali Perkins, The Search by Nora Roberts, Dragonflight by Anne McCaffrey, Plague of the Dead by Z.A. Recht, Next by Michael Crichton, Second Glance by Jodi Picoult, A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, A Darkness Forged in Fire by Chris Evans, The Wares of Purr by Anne McCaffrey, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks, Lament for a Lost Lover by Philippa Carr, Secret for Nightingale by Victoria Holt, Flirt by Laurel K. Hamilton, Night Over Water by Ken Follett, and Blizzard's Wake by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor, Sanctuary by Nora Roberts, Dragon's Kin, A New Novel of Pern by Anne McCaffrey and Todd McCaffrey, A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, Kushiel's Dart by Jacqueline Carey, Dragon Harper by Anne and Todd McCaffrey, Dragon's Blood by Anne and Todd McCaffrey, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser, Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa, House Rules by Jodi Picoult, The Renegades of Pern by Anne McCaffrey, and Freedom's Challenge by Anne McCaffrey, The Voice of the Night by Dean R. Koontz, A Kiss of Shadows by Laurel K. Hamilton, The Throat by Peter Straub, Lissy's Story by Stephen King, Sarum by Edward Rutherford, The Wednesday Wars by Gary D. Schmidt, State of Fear by Michael Crichton, Prey by Michael Crichton, The Rats in the Ruling Sea by Robert V.S. Reddick, Mirror Mirror by Gregory Maguire, American Gods by Neil Gaiman, The Sight by David Clement Davis, Tick-Tock by Dean Koontz, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, World Without End by Ken Follett, Life and Death Twilight Reimagined by Stephanie Meyer, Charles and Emma by Deborah Haligaman, The Talisman by Stephen King and Peter Straub, Winter Moon by Dean Koontz, The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke, A Caress of Twilight by Laurel K. Hamilton, Swallowing Darkness by Laurel K. Hamilton, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil by John Burnett, Carolina Moon by Nora Roberts, The Girl Who Heard Dragons by Anne McCaffrey, Out of the Shadows by Sarah Singleton, The Martian by Andy Weir, Unwind by Neil Shusterman, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Jane Austen and Seth Grahame-Smith, Mortal Fire by Elizabeth Knox, Too Many Curses by A. Lee Martinez, Tin Star by Cecil Castellucci, Wake Unto Me by Lisa Cash, True Believer by Nicholas Sparks, A Stroke of Midnight by Laurel K. Hamilton, The Landower Legacy by Victoria Holt, Seduced by Moonlight by Laurel K. Hamilton, Damia's Children by Anne McCaffrey, Dragon Drums by Anne McCaffrey, The Face by Dean Koontz, The Kingdom Keepers by Ridley Pearson, Marvelous World, Olivian's Favorites by Troy Kleep, and Keeper of Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. Alright, so that concludes my TBR bookshelf tour. If you would be interested in seeing the rest of my library, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thanks.